Of economic challenges, I reeled a few out before the break. Speak to me about what concerns you majorly right now, because it seems I wouldn't say I'm tired already of speaking, because we've been on this issue for many years. You see, some things will slightly change. It's like we've gone back, quite a whole lot of things happening. But speak to me. I really want to get your heart on perhaps the most challenge that we have right now in our economy. Then we can take it
Nancy,
from there.
we have multiple challenges, like you rightly pointed out. But the greatest one, or the one of greatest concern, should be the exchange rate. The simple thing is that a lot of things will be influenced or are determined by the exchange rate. You have to do with your inflation rate, you have to do with cost of living, you have to do with standard of living, you have to deal with the level of employment, level of productivity. So many things are intertwined in that exchange rate conundrum. And for me, we need to deal with the issue of exchange rate. If we don't deal with the issue of exchange rate, a lot of things will give in. You've already seen the impact of the exchange rate depreciation on this issue of subsidy. We've all admitted, confessed that subsidy has come back. So why did subsidy come back? It's not just because crude prices moved up and ICE moved up. Most importantly, because exchange rate devalued further. So if exchange did not devalue further, we would have been talking of about maybe 20%, 25% increase in ICE and therefore pump price. But now, if you add the impact of the exchange rate depreciation, you've got to a point where the government can no longer afford to pass on that cost to the citizens, and therefore we're back to subsidy payment. Then if you look at the issue of inflation, we ended with inflation rate of 25.8%. Even with all sense of concern that that figure may still not be fully representative of the current consumer prices. But even if you use that, you also consider the fact that there's a lot of that pressure, apart from the food inflation pressure, is coming from exchange rate depreciation, the pass-through effect of exchange rate depreciation. You talk of manufacturing. Manufacturers are not able to access foreign exchange, and therefore, they are not able to produce. So you're also going to see a slowdown in productive activities. Then you talk of consumption. Most average household can no longer afford the basic consumer goods that they normally used to afford, because the pass-through effect of the landing cost of products at new exchange rate is impacting negatively on the consumer, on the disposable income of average consumers or the purchasing power of the consumers. Then you talk of the social fabrics of the society. Many Nigerian families have their children schooling outside the country. Some of them are in year 1, year 2, year 3. Are you going to bring all them back? Because some of them, the parents can no longer afford to cater for their financial needs. Then even if you look at the local educational system, the universities are increasing fees. And part of that increase is because the cost of living has gone up. And therefore, the lecturers will agitate for higher pay. So you're going to see a situation where even people in decent jobs can no longer even afford the basic needs of vehicles and other basics of life. So if we don't deal with this exchange rate issue, a lot of things can give in.